to kind of go back to the question that I asked you before, given the fact that the relationship that you're in now is the first, it's the first black woman you've ever been with, romantically, and you say you're 26 going on 27, and so did you with the I'm assuming the women of your past have been white,
Yes.
and so did you truly care for the white women of your past? Did you, or is it that you were drawn to them for the subconscious reasons that you listed at the beginning?
I'm so happy we're going back to this because I was getting scared that I was not going to get to clarify this and whatever. Uh, I want to say this again. If we have a girl who was touched by her uncle and she's trying to find her way back in her adolescence to being a normal girl and embracing love normally, embracing sex normally, embracing all these things normally, there will obviously be a stage in which she embraces these things through the fog of her experience. And until she does the work, whether it be her therapy, whether it be her finding God, or whether it be anything like that, is when she'll be able to truly say, I picked this man from a clear lens, right? And I want black people to understand that it's disrespectful to say that, oh, I picked a white woman just because I like this white woman. We have to first respect the fact that our black women were put. I think Beyonce put in her song, the most disrespected woman in America is the black woman. The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. That's diaspora. So we have to respect, if you're a black man, you have to respect your black sisters and know that they were the most unrespected person in society. If we were the bottom, they were below us. So by respecting their experience, and like I said, the hierarchy was the white man, the white woman, the black man, the black woman. So black man is obviously going to try to shoot for the stars. So our perspective was always just looking that way. And we have to understand that was a fact of life, that our black woman was defamed. And she was defamed. And if you're saying that you picked it because you picked it, you're saying history didn't real. You're saying that black woman wears a weave for no reason. There's a reason why she has to wear a Eurocentric weave. There's a reason. And don't nullify her experience of the years that she spent burning her scalp with hair perms. Don't nullify, how much girl, do you know any girl right now in a black woman who doesn't have a burnt scalp from years do you know?
The hair at the back of my head doesn't grow because of that,
Come on,
actually.
sister. Come on, sister. Let's respect our sisters. They went through
At the back of
something.
my head, it only grows this length. The hair at the back of my head has not been longer than this in a decade and a half. I'm talking 15 years of just having damaged my hair. Yeah.
Thank you, sister. So let's put respect on you guys. It's time we put some respect on your experiences. Y'all were trying to catch up to Becky. Y'all were burning your scalps trying to catch up to Becky with the good hair. That was your experience. We were taught self-hate. The black man has self-hate. And I want to know a world if we were never colonized and we just came here as successful people from our motherland and we all just came like, listen, we're kings and queens back home. Let's come over here just to explore the world. I think we would definitely still had more eyes for our people because we wouldn't have had defame. It's just the subconscious mind. We would have had naturally eyes instinctually for our people. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, so we will never know a world that operated like that because we all came here trying to get into the system.
And so because being in Ireland, I see a lot of black guys that are with white girls. I also see a growing number of black women that are with white men.
Yeah.
And I know that the dating motivations actually are a bit different, but I actually think we can talk about that when I interview you and Tilda together. But when you see a black man specifically, because I'll just say this and then I'll ask you the question. I know that for a lot of black girls that I know who date outside their race, obviously it's just because they've met someone that they liked, of course, but in a lot of cases it's because it's like, well, the black guys are so mean to us that we're just going where people like us, that kind of thing. But when you see, so that's why I'm not going to talk about black women right now, but in our next interview I will. But when you see a black guy with a white girl, you as Harrison Paul, who's dedicated his life now to black women, who, you know, I don't think you, I mean, I know Tilda's your last woman, but I don't think, heaven forbid you two don't work out, I don't think you're going back to white women, I'm guessing. The look on your face tells me you're not. So when you see a black man with a white woman, do you doubt his love and intentions towards her? Like, do you believe he genuinely loves her?
I believe he doesn't yet know himself, or he doesn't yet have a deep grieving. Like one of my lines for my song that's coming out next week, I hope it's out, where I say in the rap, I say, we don't worry about that. I say now our kids in the mines dreaming about how to buy prayers. Now our kids in the mines, I'm talking about the kids in Africa, they're in the mines, right? Dreaming about how to buy prayers. They're putting themselves through these grave situations on how to buy a prayer. Maybe they'll get some call back out of there to be able to, maybe dreaming of the house they could do, or, you know, and I said, yeah, so now our kids in the mind dreaming about how to buy prayers. So if I cry and you won't, then our bond stops there, you know? And black men don't have that thing about us now as people where we say, that means so much to me, my people, the struggle of my people, the what the black woman had to go through. Her, like, when you're a black man and you think about that, and you really think about it, and you really think about what your mama had to go through when she was going through white companies and had to go through those corporate things and being a black woman and how they treat her in there. And when you take that to the bottom of your heart, you want to implement love into a black woman. And you want to say, oh, girl, I'm going to put you on top of this pedestal. And I'm going to make sure you shine up there. And I'm going to make sure I love you so well that you shine like a light and you glow because you done went through so much. And when you really love that and you really hold that deep in your stomach, that it makes you weep sometimes. And you look at them and your heart grieves for them, you will find yourself just, it will be inevitable. So it's inevitable. It happened with me inevitably. I felt like the minute I started to think like this, like I said, even the beauty of them opened up, everything opened up. I was like, I love y'all. Y'all are so special. You know what I mean? Like, and it opened up, you know. And last thing I'll say is this: men are hunters. Mm-hmm. We are hunters. We hunt what we want. We're not people who stumble across what we want. We're hunters. We hunt what we want. We hunt. So men saying, I just never stumbled across a black woman. You are a hunter. If you never stumble, you're going to hunt and you're going to find yourself one. The same way you went to hunt, you spend your whole life hunting for, you know what I mean, a Becky. You would have hunted one down. It's women who can stumble probably and fall across one guy and whatever. It's men who are hunter. If men were truly in love with themselves and never had those hang-ups, those self-hates, they will be on this market hunting down black women because we're hunters. That's why when a white man, when he wants to hunt one, he gonna find himself a sister and she gonna be sister. And he's gonna say, okay, look, I know there's lots of white women, but I'm looking for a sister. And you know him. That's why I respect those ones.
I'll tell you this. There's nobody who loves black female features more than a white guy that has a preference for black girls. No.
Thank you.
I've seen, and I actually have a question as before we finalize, because I really want to hear about the single that you're releasing next week.